So, Trevor, you just mentioned the game. We're going to move on to our next topic now. Battleborn and Overwatch, both coming out, both very similar-looking games in style. It's really funny because, and I'm getting hung up here, not in recent history did I remember two games coming out that everybody literally were like, wait, that's that game, right? Oh, no, that's the other game. So similar, and I think it's really just the art style that makes them so similar.
Well, they're both hero shooters.
Yes.
Right. And so, yes, and if you want to know about hero shooters, tune into last week's podcast. You know what I'm saying?
It's 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, the first podcast.
All right, time to start over, guys.
Well, cut, wrap it. All right, so Overwatch versus Battleborn. Battleborn open beta, of course, happened this past week and weekend. It's still going on right now. We all played that. Richard actually played a lot of it, too. And I say that because he wanted to write a review on it, which I think you did, which we can see if we can get up on this site. And Overwatch open beta happens May 5th through May 9th.
Definitely be trying that out.
Which one looks better to you guys? Is it one? Is it both? Which one will you buy? You buy both of them? One of them? What do you think?
There's a lot of pros and cons on both sides. And
yes.
So playing Battleborn, the game was fun. It was a MOBA, as we know. And I'm not a big fan of MOBAs, and I had the review for it, but I liked it. But I think the one I might play more is Overwatch because it's more arena shooter for
Classic
me.
shooter.
I didn't think Battleborn played like a MOBA.
Neither did I.
I didn't.
It was a lot
that.
more fun than I thought. I'll give you that.
Like, when I think MOBA, I just think annoying.
Top-down.
I think
think
top down.
top-down,
Yeah, I didn't think it played like a MOBA.
It's an objective-based game. It's technically a MOBA in just the that way you move from the one base to the next.
In
and you have
PvP.
kind of I mean, well, that's kind of I think that's going to be the main part of it.
Right.
I just want to get my hands on Overwatch because I haven't played that yet. I've seen a lot of gameplay.
And I'm excited to see the beta for it because it looks tighter to me. It just looks like more like a game that I would play.
I'll tell you what I'm not looking forward to because I'm very politically correct is that rump shot of what's her
Tracer, man.
Tracer, man.
Very controversial.
Very controversial. Because I know when I saw that, I thought, man, objectification of women.
I tell you what, more gaming sites jumped on that.
Really?
Controversy.
I was
blown
away
by
by
it. Was
that.
like from what I understood, it was like one guy was like, "This doesn't fit the character." It was
on like the Reddit.
It was their page. There was a beta that they wanted opinions on, and the guy I don't really agree with it, but it was just an opinion. But everybody was like. They were very proactive about being against the people that were against that character. When it was one person, it seemed like.
Everybody. Here's the funny thing about it. Regardless of what your opinion is, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Everybody feels sensitive about different things. But man, that got blown up. I hate that now in America, and I'm just going to get on my soapbox in 2 seconds. Stay down. I hate that now in America.
I'm going to go grab some dinner.
You go do that. we literally blow up the smallest things now to be the biggest freaking deals. And the people are controlling companies like, okay, we'll change it. And you're like,
well, and the funny part is that I hate to get dark on this, but the fun part about the developers on the other side of the coin is, we're trending on Twitter now because
because we did something that was
controversial. People are talking about their game, whether it's negative or positive. It's driving traffic to their site.
No press is bad press, man.
Exactly.
So. Anyway, so move back to the thing. So which one of you guys? You're saying that Overwatch looks like more of your style of play because we do now. A thing to bring up: there's no single player campaign in Overwatch. Right. It is strictly a arena shooter. Battleborn, there's a single player, and we've played it. I liked it. That game plays like Borderlands to me. I know it was created by the same people who made Borderlands, but it played for me like Borderlands. Minus special abilities, but whatever.
And I'll say this: I know that you were a big fan of Borderlands, Mike. And did you play Borderlands?
Oh yeah, dude, I love Borderlands.
I wasn't a huge fan of Borderlands. It was for me visually very boring. I only played the first one. Honestly,
that's part of it.
This is me dropping my stuff. Visually boring.
Honestly, to me, just the landscape.
The first one was much worse than the second one. I mean, I liked the first one.
Yeah.
It was a new concept. It was kind of rough. The second one is much better from the characters, the story,
post-apocalyptic
the locations.
Post-apocalyptic, cel-shaded, vibe. It was cool, and I definitely liked watching the trailers. But something about playing the game, I'd never do really what I was doing, and it was just kind of aimless. And I was kind of bored by it.
It was very like MMO style quest, where it was like fetch quest and kill 20 enemies.
I loved it, man. I love Borderlands.
Battleborn to me is so attractive visually. Like I'm stimulated pretty much every second that I'm playing Battleborn. Like just color wise, style wise, art wise, just the whole time. I'm
characterization in that game.
The characters
is pretty cool.
to me.
The characters are really
cool. Really
cool. Love Marquis, man. the gentleman sniper.
And honestly, like, I know that we've kind of had this debate back and forth a little bit, and I do think that Overwatch is going to play better and be more of like a true arena style, just shooter, game, which is super fun. I honestly think it's going to be Borderlands meets GoldenEye. I honestly think
you mean Overwatch?
Overwatch, right?
Yeah.
Overwatch is going to be a GoldenEye, but with cell shaded, really cool hero shooter characters.
I'm personally more excited about Overwatch than Battleborn, just because I didn't like Battleborn's multiplayer. I didn't like the long spawn times. I didn't like the single player thing. I loved. I did not like the objective based gameplay.
It didn't feel very tight to me. Like when I was shooting enemies, I don't know. It just There's a certain level of like, okay, I'm aiming right at this. This should be a kill, or aiming. It felt very loose and very arcade-like, and I'm hoping Overwatch, at least from what I've seen, is going to be a little bit more of a standard first-person shooter, just with the graphics and the characters very different.
What I liked about Battleborn, though, is just like how you definitely relied on your teammates for a lot. I'm not saying Overwatch you're not going to, but just everybody
defenses. It had some tower defense elements.
Everybody had a hand-to-hand to you could talk about Rainbow Six, is that like you need a special person to, I don't know, let's just say like a thermite or whatever like that.
Trevor
and
played that game.
You know how to, and you know how to work that you know how to strategize with that in the map. It's the same thing with Battleborn that I found. It's just like if you're going to use, I can't think of a character right
Montana,
now.
man, big old guy.
Yeah, if you use Montana,
big Montana.
Just get
also
that guy
the name of a
there,
sandwich at Arby's. So anytime everybody's like, "Hey man, I'm gonna play as Big Montana," I'm like,
also the name of a good football game coming out soon.
Yeah, Big Montana football.
Who's the name of the guy that you guys are always playing with who's got the toxic babes?
Oh, God, that's Smoke in Rainbow Six, dude. You got the worst. Like, my toxic babes are in position.
What are those, by the way?
They're smoke bombs, like poisonous gas bombs.
So he throws out smoke bombs,
and
as
he throws them, he goes, my toxic babes are in position.
That's great, man.
Yeah,
I will say that I did.
That's cool. Moving on.
Yeah, great game. I love that game. Totally.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah, all the time. I will say I did not play enough of Battleborn to really say, hey, this is going to be a good or a bad game. Just first impression to me was that this is not necessarily the type of game I'm going to want to play.
Right.
At least enough to get it for $60 when it first comes out.
Surely, yeah.
Overwatch.
I'm not sure if either of them really has shown me anything that says, hey, I mean, I bought enough games for $60 that are only multiplayer that I don't play.
Oh, if Overwatch was 40, I'd be in. But can't say Overwatch at 60. No.
You need a story Overwatch. You need one.
All right.
Or just,
got it.
yeah.
You heard it here first, Overwatch.
You heard it here first, everybody.
Or bring down the price.
I like it.
Game.